I love all of you.
I think I can say with great certainty that the wedding between Christine Beppo and Kyle whatever his name is, Kyle Richards, whatever the fuck his name is, that was the worst episode. This is not the worst episode. Not as good as the first two. Nope. What you are looking at is the first ever Doomsday action figure ever made. This was back in 1994. This figure, actually, no. This figure is actually 28 years old. This is a 28-year-old figure. So this came out before DC Direct's version of Doomsdays and McFarlane Toys and all that. This was the very first Doomsday figure made by Kenner, Hasbro. So let's go over things we see, okay? There's some betrayal between Amanda McCoy. Lex Luthor betrays Amanda McCoy, killed Gretchen. Of course he did, because she wasn't much of a character anyway. Otis is dead. They were forced into the henchman retirement program. That's what it was. And Brainiac, I guess, is human. I don't know. We don't see much of Godfrey. We don't know what that really all means or what that's all about. I'm sure there'll be something to it that won't lead anywhere because next week is the end, isn't it? It's a waste. It's all a waste, isn't it, with Godfrey? It's great to see Tom Cavanaugh, but it's all a waste. Brainiac is Brainiac, I guess. It's a human. It's a guy and not an alien from outer space, not like Krypton's Brainiac. I like Krypton's Brainiac, don't you? The boys, the characters of John and Jordan are not completely wasted. I like the scene where, well, I thought Jordan, Jordan? Yeah, Jordan was going to get the diner. Now, the whole thing about everybody knowing Clark Kent is Superman and nobody bothering the Kents at the Kent farm is still shitty to me. But the usual family drama conflicts that are kind of forced upon us each week are now like mostly just gone because we're wrapping this up anyway. No Lana and no Sarah. John Henry and Natasha are not there. They're going to have to show up at some point next week, aren't they? Because this really is it. So we got the family. We got Lex. Lex has got John Henry Irons' suit. He learns about the alternate Captain Luthor. He learns a little bit of things from the suit. Somehow he knows that Superman's powers are diminishing. They're not where they used to be. Doomsday is circumcised. Like Doomsday wore pants, okay, because he was in a burial suit. But if you ever find that story, Doomsday, year one, where he just kills everybody around him, it's the story about how nobody knew what Doomsday was, and then Doomsday showed everybody what he was, you know. So Doomsday's back. Obviously doesn't care what Lois thinks. He's out to do Luthor's bidding. This is a monster that can't think for itself anymore. So the whole conversation with Lois was rather pointless, wasn't it? But I do like the scene where Jordan Kent, like the old lady, like we were talking about, like knowing the dual identities and not going. So everybody's still you have this fake paparazzo of YouTubers and bloggers, and they all want to see John and Jordan and Clark Kent. They want to see Superman. So they did the diner named itself after Superman. Everybody's catering to them. And then when the Doomsday fight happens in Smallville, kind of like what happens in Man of Steel, it's like she's scared out of her mind. So Jordan actually makes a ice cold cup for her to help with her panic attack, which was very good. I thought he was going to just grab her and get her out of there, which he should have done, but he actually calms her down with a cold ice cup. I thought that was very good. There were some very good moments. Talking to Mannheim in jail. Lois talking to Mannheim, okay? Learning about something that, I mean, through enough common sense, you could have figured this out on your own, Lois. You didn't really need to go to Mannheim. But the whole scene with Mannheim talking about his sister having cancer and she having cancer, and there was a nice conversation between Mannheim and Lois, which you wouldn't expect. Trying to get the boys ready to prepare them for Doomsday fight. Well, they're going to have to fight Doomsday. That's what they're prepared for, right? So there's a little bit of good stuff happening. Luthor confronting Superman in his office is stupid, but I would say it's slightly better than out on the road. but it's a lot of nonsense. Superman getting in Lex's head. It's fine. I'd say it's below average to average. I'm kind of getting tired of it. But he is in the suit, and he's going to face Superman in the suit. There's a whole thing going on in the previews between Lois and Lex and Superman and Lex. So we'll see how that turns out. Yeah, Doomsday doesn't have any genitalia. And there's a fight in Smallville between Superman and Doomsday. He doesn't look good. Where is this all going to lead? So I think they crammed a lot of things in this 48-minute showing, 48 to 50 minutes of some nonsense and some good stuff. Yes, no Christine Beppo, no Kyle at all. Good. We don't need to see them ever again. They don't need to be seen ever. We won't see them ever again either way next week. It was just like, for me, I think that last week's or Saturday's episode was very good, but I gave it a 65. Okay. I think there's a lot to chew on here. I think there's a lot to absorb. And I think there's a lot to respect about this episode, even if not a lot happens. Okay, it's a TV budget. We're not going to expect Superman to be flying around, grabbing supervillains around in a movie cinematic style because it's taking up a lot of budget. And CW wants to move on past superhero stuff, so HBO Max doesn't. They got the Penguin, so they want to do more stories like the Penguin, which is fine. I mean, the Penguin's making them way more money than Superman and Lois ever could, so that's fine. They got to do that. What will I give? What score will I give for Superman and Lois episode 9 of season 4? You know, I'll give it a B minus, and not more than a B minus, like an 80%. I'm kind of split between these two emotions. You know, I don't hate watch stuff, so I have to be honest when I'm watching something. But I thought it was an improvement. Okay. If I had to rank these episodes for this season, the 2-episode premiere was the best. This comes in 3rd, and then last week's comes in 4th. And you know the wedding episode is the worst. Okay, and we'll see what this final episode. And I'll talk about the CW and superhero shows next week as sort of a goodbye to all this. I'm just not looking forward to many superhero stuff these days, and I'm kind of moving on. I will be looking forward to Sonic 3, and not much else. If Batman 2 comes out, great. I kind of moved on from that as well. I'm not going to watch James Gunn stuff. I just don't care. That's how it is, because that's how it is. What else is there to look forward to? Just whatever's on YouTube, whatever I can watch. And I have a couple more videos to post up tonight, and I really want this to go somewhere. As far as my YouTube stuff and maybe stuff on X. Let's just see what happens. Let's see what you all think. And if some of you do agree with me on some things, maybe we'll see what happens. We'll get there, okay? This will be my Superman moment. But for now, a B minus, and let's get ready to say goodbye next week.